Now, let's try to solve this example. If you could remember, you see that this example is exactly the assignment he gave us. Yeah, so this is exactly the assignment he gave us. So I'm just going to solve this assignment now, but he did not explain how to get to the assignment and how to solve it. So I've the last two videos has explained how we are going to go through this. Now the question is, it is known that the accumulation function a of t is of the form a of t equals b into bracket 1.1 raised to power t plus ct square, where b and c are constant to be determined. Now you were told b and c are constant to be determined. So note this. So we have to find our b and our c. Now if 100 naira invested at time t equals is 0 accumulates to 170 naira at time t equals 3. So we are given a condition. If 100 naira invested at time t equals 0 accumulate to 170 naira at time t equals 3. Then find the accumulated value at time t equals 12 of 100 naira invested at time t equals 1. Now, if you check this question very well, at first we are going to calculate our B and our C using this first information given. This first one, t equals 0, 100 naira and 170 naira, t equals 3. Now, the second one, the question gangan to calculate the accumulated value at time t equals 12 given at time t equals 1, we are going to use our accumulation factor or growth factor. You know now it is at time t equals 1, not at time t equals 0. So now this one is your x and this 12 is your what? Is your what? Is your t. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Using the previous video, go and watch the previous video. I think this, yeah, go and watch the previous videos. You understand what I'm trying to say. So this is, assume this as your t, assume this as your what? As your s. So now let me just try to solve this part A first. So let's solve this. Now the first thing we are going to do now is to find our B and our C. And now as I have said, we are going to use this first information given to find our B and our C. Now from the previous videos, as in the last two, from the last two videos, I gave you some properties of accumulation function. I said at t equals 0, our accumulation function is always equals to what? Equals to 1. So now we are using that proposition now. So now by proposition 1, do you understand? We said a of 0, I'm sorry, a of 0 is equals to what? It is always equals to what? 1. Go and check the video. Now, after this by proposition 1, I'm sorry. Now, now if you check, this means by our proposition 1, if you substitute 0 for t here, that is a of 0, this function is equals to what? Is equals to what? 1. So thus a of t, small a of t, which is our accumulation function, small a of t is equals to 1. A bit small a of 0, sorry, don't mind me, because it is at time 0 now. It's equals to 1, which is equals to, now b into bracket 1.1 close bracket. Now at time zero now, anytime we see t, we put what? We put zero. So this one will be raised to power zero, then plus, sorry, then plus c. Anytime we see t, we put what? We put what? We put zero. So dot means multiplication. Do you understand? So dot zero square. Abi? Dot zero square. Now, after doing this, so this means 1, which means 1 is equals to, now, from your law of indices, anything raised to power 0 is what? Is 1. Do you understand? So this 1.1 raised to power 0 is equals to what? 1. 1 times b will give us what? Will give us b. Now, plus 0 square will give us 0. So 0 times c will give us what? 0. So this part is no more needed. So this means our b equals what? Equals 1. Do you get? This is your first step. You have to calculate your b and your c. To calculate your b now, we've used the proposition 1, the one I told you. You know, it did not tell you, it did not teach you anything about it. Do you understand? So I'm giving you that was why I'm just doing it accordingly so that you understand what I'm trying to say. So if you don't understand, check the video, then use it with this. Do you understand? Then you understand the more. You understand? So now let's proceed. Now we've gotten our b. We need to find our c. How do we find our c? Do you understand? We are told it accumulates to what? 170 at time t equals what? 3. Now, the same accumulation function, we have a formula for accumulation function. We said small a of t, okay? We said, I'm sorry, we said small a of t is equals to capital A of t, capital A of t all over what? Capital A of 0. Do you understand? So, and we know when we have capital A, it is what? Amount function. Do you understand? So this means our A of t, this means, I'm coming. So I'm coming. This means our capital A of t, do you understand? Our capital A of t, if you cross multiply, wow, it's not easy. This my keyboard, I'm having issues with it. So this our capital A of t is what? Amount function, right? So now we can make this the subject of the formula. So now a formula for big A of capital A of t now will now be when you cross multiply. Do you understand? This A of t times 1 will give you this is all over 1. This small A of t is all over 1. So when you cross multiply, this times 1 will give you capital A of t, and you'll be having small a of t. That's small a of t multiplied by capital A of t. I mean small a of t multiplied by capital A of 0. Sorry, it is multiplied by capital A of 0. So don't mind me. So multiply by what? Capital A of 0 when you cross multiply. So this is a formula for what? For our A of t. Now we've gotten a formula for our A of t. So now we said we used accumulate to what? 170 naira at time t equals 3. So now this means if you want to use A of 3 now, capital A of 3, so thus capital A of 0 capital capital A of 3, capital A of 3 equals small a of 3, small a of 3, yeah, small a of 3, small a of 3 times what? Times a of 0, times capital A of what? A of 0. So now this, do you understand? So this is what? This capital A of t, so we have substituted 3 for t now. So we are still using this same formula. Anytime we see t, we put what? We put 3. So let's move on, and we will. So now we say, what's our A of 3? Our capital A of 3 is what? Is 100. I mean, it's 170. We check the question, the capital A of 3 is what? Is 170. So let's move. So we're having 170 equals, what is our A of 0? Capital A of 0. Let me use capital A of 0 first. Our capital A of 0 is what? Is what? What's the amount function at times 0? It is 100. Do you understand? So capital A of 0, which is what? Which is what? 100 multiplied by A of 3. Do you understand? Capital by A of 3. So now, so 170 is equals to 100 into bracket. Now our A of 3 now, our A of 3 now, we are given an accumulation function, an amount function. A of t equals b 1.1 raised to power t plus ct square. So now we are substituting 3 for t now. So using this, we will get our A. So substituting this for A of 3 now, we will get, we've gotten our b to be what? To be 1. So now we'll be having, instead of writing b now, b is 1, so we don't need to write b again. So we'll be writing 1.1 raised to power what? Raised to power 3 gone. So this is 1.1, 1.1 raised to power 3 raised to power 3 plus what? So we're having plus 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 c multiplied by what? What's our t? 3 raised to power what? Raised to power 2. So raised to power 2. Do you understand? So now with this we can solve for, c now. Do you understand? With this, so if you divide both sides by 100, you have 170 divided by 100 equals 1.1 raised power. Okay, let me just solve it for the sake of. So now divide both sides by 100. Let me just solve it. Both sides by 100. So if you divide both sides by 100, we'll be having 170. You understand? All over 100. I'm coming. Let me just use this small thing. So you have 170 all over 100 equals this. I'm coming. So let me copy this. Control C, copy. Control V, paste. All over 100. So now 170 divided by 100 will give us. So I'm using my calculator also. So you should be with your calculator. Yeah. 170 divided by 100. This will give us 1.7. 1.7, which is equals to this 100. We cancel out this 100, right? So we will having 1.1 raised to power 3 plus plus so 3 square is what? 3 square is 9 now, so plus 9c. So this will give us, so if you do it, if you use your calculator, our c will be equals to, now let me just Mosi. So now our c will be equals to, so now this one will come to the left side, it will turn to minus, so we have 1.7 minus 1.1 raised to power 3 all over all over. So now we will remain with 9c, so if you divide both side by 9, you understand, so it will remain c, so this one will be over 9, you understand. So you press your calculator, what will that give you? So which makes c equals, so our c equals what? What's our c? So press my calculator, our c equals 0.041. So we've gotten our c and we've gotten our b. So now our accumulation function is now a of t. Do you understand? A of t. So now if we go through this accumulation function we were given b 1.1 raised to power t plus c t raised to power 2. Now anytime we see b we put what? 1, because we've gotten our b to be 1. So one time, so this one will be what? Automatically what? 1.1 raised to power t, because b 1 times 1.1 raised to power t will give us 1.1 raised to power t. So we'll be having 1.1 raised to power t, 1.1 raised to power t, 1.1 raised to power t plus plus. So now we've gotten our c to be 0.041. You understand? So now anytime we see c now, we put what? 0.041. So we'll be having 0.041 t square. 0.041 t square. Do you understand? So this is your new accumulation function. So this is the first part of the question and the first part of part A. Let me put it that way, because we've not done the real question. The question says, show that, I mean, it says, so now we are done using this information, this first part of the information. Now to the question, find the accumulated value at time t equals 12 of 100 naira invested at time t equals 1. Now it is not at time t equals 0, it is at time t equals 1. And I told you, when the initial investment is invested at what? At time t greater than 0. You understand? Maybe t equals 1, maybe t equals 2, maybe t equals, you don't understand? Then you are going to use your what? Growth factor or accumulation what? Accumulation factor. You understand what I'm trying to say? So here we are going to use our growth factor or accumulation what? Factor to find our what? To find our what? Accumulation value at time t equals 12. Note, accumulated value is, note that accumulated value is what? Is your capital AVT or capital A of t. You understand? You understand? So we are going to, it's just like your amount function. Is your accumulated value is your what? Amount function. So accumulated value is different from what? Accumulation function. Your accumulated value is your capital A of t, which is your what? Amount function, or AV subscript t. So note that. So now to get this now, I gave you a formula in the last video. You understand? I said, and I was explaining something like an amount is an amount K invested at time t, I mean at time x will go to how much at time t. You understand? I gave you a formula and the formula was k a of t all over a of s. So you are applying the same formula now. Now now here we have our calculated value for $100 invested at time t equals 1 of $100 invested at time t equals 1. Using that formula, it will give you 100 multiplied by a of t. You understand? Sorry this is my keyboard. It's not you. A of t all over what? Because it is at time at what? It was invested at time t equals 1. It is not e equals 0, so we are using this formula a of t all over a of 1. So it's just the same thing as what I've taught you in the previous videos. Do you understand? So this will be what is the accumulated value, is the accumulated value at accumulated value of $100, 100 100 naira, sorry, 100 naira invested, 100 naira invested from time t equals 1. T equals 1. So now let me just put it from time t equals 1 to time t greater than 1 to time t greater than 1, sorry, to t. Oh, I don't know what's wrong with this my shift. So right, t greater than 1, t greater than 1. So now because if you invest at time t equals 0 and any amount you will be calculating at a future date will have to be what, to be greater than what, time 1. Do you understand? So let's move on. So now we need to calculate a of 1 and we need to calculate a of t. Do you understand? We need to calculate a of 1 and we need to calculate a of t. So and from the question our so now we need to calculate a of 12, and because we are meant to calculate accumulated value at time t equals 12, so we need to calculate small a of 12 and small a of what, a of 1. So now to calculate that, we are going to use this accumulation function. Do you understand? So we have a of 12 equals 1.1 raised to power 12, 1.1 raised to power 12 plus wow, this my shift plus, so 1.1 raised to power 12 plus what, 0.041, 0.41. So anytime we see t, I told you, oh, I'm using this thing, so let me just open the bracket, 12 raised to power what, anytime we see t we put what, we put 12 what raised to power 2. Do you understand? So this is what you are meant to do. So now if you use your calculator and calculate, your a of 12 is should give you, let me use my own calculator also, 1.1 raised to power 12 plus, I'm coming, 1.1 raised to power 12 plus 0.41 times 12 square. So this will give us 9.042, so which is equals to 9.042428377. So 9.042428377. So we need to calculate a of 1 also. You understand? A sorry, a of 1 for a of 1. So to calculate our a of 1, we have to substitute what? 1 for what? 1 for t. So 1.1. Anytime you see t, we put what? We put 1 plus 0.041. Let me be using this for now. Times 1 square. 1 raised to power 2. So if you calculate it, use your calculator sharp. Coming, which is equals to, so now if you use your calculator, you should get 1.141. So 1.1 plus, so this will give us 1.141. Do you understand? So this is not comma, abeg, this is dot. Do you understand? So we've gotten our a of 1. Now to get our accumulated value at time, using this formula now, just substitute. So our capital A of 12 now, invested at time 1, our, should I put it? So now our capital A of 1, okay. So to the question, the solution to the question is we have to substitute this, just substitute using this formula. This is what will give you the accumulation value. So we have 100, then this will give us, it is from, let me just keep it. It is from it is from what? 12. I mean, time it was invested at time t equals 1, and we are told to find the accumulated value of t equals 12. So this t now, it will now be what? 12. So this will give us a of 12, all over a of 1, a of 1. So now from here, so this is equals to what? This is equals to 100 multiplied by, so our a of 12 is 9.041, right, abi? 9.042. Let me just copy and paste it. Copy, sorry, Control C, Control V, paste, all over 1.141. So this is equals to, so if you calculate this, this is meant to give you direct, or let me just, this will give you 792.5002959. So this is your answer. Do you understand? This is the answer. So in the next video, I will explain the solution to part B. So